Hi, my name's Mark. I'm one of the pastors here at Trillium. Last week we talked about getting knocked down and then standing again. It happens to us all the time in life, literally and figuratively. In sports, when we're walking about and we slip and fall, or figuratively when we have a relationship end and we're knocked down, or we lose our job, or we get a diagnosis of a serious illness. In those moments, when we have any kind of defeat, we get knocked down. And one of the first questions we ask ourselves is, can we stand again? Can we get through this? Is there something on the other side of the experience that's waiting for us? You know, if we are certain that there's something beyond the knockdown that's waiting for us, then we're not so afraid of being knocked down. Jesus is described in the New Testament as standing again. It's described as Anastasis. It means simply stand again. It wasn't a particularly theological word. It wasn't a religious word. It was simply a describing of a fact. And he's before the disciples and he's standing again. And it's meant to demonstrate to us that even in the ultimate knockdown that we face, that there's something waiting for us on the other side. And we don't have to be so afraid. Because that ultimate knockdown is in the back of our mind, whether we like it or not. You know, we're fragile, mortal creatures in some sense, and we're very aware of this fragility. We don't like to think about it. We try to put it off. We read about it in the paper, and we see it indirectly through other people, and it's death. And not just in the abstract, but your death and my death. It's kind of casting a gloom over our lives. We're not even totally aware of it most of the time. We see it manifested in things like the fentanyl crisis. In the newspapers, fentanyl crisis is described as a medical problem, but I think it's a spiritual problem at its core. People have this overwhelming sense of despair in their lives. There's this pointlessness to us all, and there's this idea that there's somehow locked down in this life of ours that has no ultimate purpose to it. And for that reason, one begins to wonder why it is that we even do anything. I think people give up hope when they start medicating themselves in this way. I mean, why is it so hard for us to live in our skin? And yet we're constantly medicating ourselves out of our present moment existence. The New Testament has a simple word for this too. It's called Adam. We think it's a name, Adam, and it's mentioned in the book of Genesis, but Adam is not a real person. Adam literally means blood. The Hebrew word for Adam is blood. It's sometimes translated as son of blood or even son of man. Adam is not a name that ancient people would have given their children because it's blood. It's like my mom calling me Blood Rutledge. That's kind of silly. No one would call their children blood. In the ancient book, Adam represents our collective instincts, our collective experiences. It's the word for man, mankind, for the human experience. And it's a human experience that's got a shadow cast over it by death itself and the ultimate destination of the grave that waits for all of us, and the purposelessness to life that seems to be a guarantee that we have inherited. And into that mix, Jesus stands again. His standing again is not some Houdini trick to try to thwart death's claim to him only. It's meant as a marker to us that our lives now have eternal significance to them. That there's an indomitable spirit of life moving through us that cannot be quenched even when our bodies give way. It's a celebration of the joy of purpose in life, that there is something on the other side of the ultimate knockdown waiting for us. And so the invitation is extended to us in this moment, that when we are knocked down and we are lying down on the ground, wondering whether we can stand up again, that there is a truth being revealed to us, not just for the moment, but for life itself. When we stand again in this moment, we are stating with clarity and conviction that when the ultimate knockdown comes to us, there will be Anastasis. There will be a standing again, standing anew.